Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. In the last part, we entered Sylco here, and now we're gonna actually go through it. Sylco is actually probably one of the, if not the most confusing dungeon in the game, because if you saw there on the floor, and there's one right there too, there are warp panels all over the place in here, and they always lead to another, but unless you know the layout, this can take a while to get through. To the point where I actually spent some time going through all the floors level grinding. In fact, the only ones I didn't fight were ones that I knew I'd have to fight later on. And the only reason I didn't go right there is because there's a rocket grunt who would block my way, unless I went up. And the rocket grunts are not actually the only enemy here either. There's also some scientists that will fight you. But now that we got the card key up here, we have to head down 2 floors. And head directly into that locked door to there. Now the way you have to go is that warp panel there, but I got confused and I went to the next room where, while there is another warp panel, it just leads to a healing spot I decided to show off, because I don't think I've ever gone this way. Especially my Fire Red Leaf Green. Then again, was this even here in Fire Red Leaf Green? It's been forever since I played it. The power of editing. You guys don't even have to see the little transitions anymore. Hello, Random Nurse Joy. Funny thing is, this is actually the first game to make Nurse Joy look like Nurse Joy. In the original Gen 1, she just looked like a random lady. Whereas in Yellow, they gave her her head and her somewhat different hairstyle, which she had in the anime. And she would stick with that for the rest of the series, to the point where she still has it in Gen 5. And now we head over to the part we have to go to. That's where I grinded. And Blue's here for some reason. If you're here, why didn't you try to fight Team Rocket yourself? In fact, how'd you even get in here? You need the key card. And the next fight against Blue. Yee. Blue doesn't have that many new Pokemon, so a lot of its Pokemon have evolved. And I immediately start off in a bad situation. Because ground types cannot be affected by electricity. But overall, as you can see, I am still higher level than him, so it's not that hard of a fight. Oh, this is also the first fight where you see what evolution he chose. If you won both fights, he gets a Jolteon. If you lost the first one, I think it is, it's one of the ones that you fight him in, he has a Vaporeon, which is what he's going to have here. If you lost one but won the other in the other order, he has a Flareon. It's kind of weird that they did that, actually, considering Jolteon is the best overall because of its Pin Missile, which, due to the obscene critical hit rate in Gen 1, is complete and total brokenness. Also, for some reason, it has a Magneton, which makes no sense, because Magneton, not that good. Then again, I'm an offensive player in these games, so this is one of the very few games that I will say that I am an offensive player. Ninetales. Actually, one thing that was weird as a reason, I was recently doing a playthrough of Red, and I decided wait, was it Red or Fire? No, it was Leaf Green. Never mind. It's a playthrough I was watching my friend do of Leaf Green. It got weird, because he threw away his Charizard for a Ninetales. It was different, I guess. One thing that was weird that happened is that apparently Rhydon can learn Surf in Leaf Green. What? What? Anyways, now sending out his best Pokemon by far, Kadabra. In Fire Red Leaf Green, I believe this is in Alakazam by now, actually. And, as you know, since Psychics are so overpowered, I needed to send out my own Cadaver to really even stand a good chance. Because I will say one thing, while he's not that good in terms... Actually, he is pretty good in terms of type coverage. But in terms of strategy, he's out offensive, from what I remember, so... He's too focused on power, not enough defense. And again, I'm one to be talking. And here's this Vaporeon. Actually, I think this is the only time we're going to see a Vaporeon in the main game. So, hi, Matt from Gen 2. That's kind of funny. It's coming full circle a bit because I used the Vaporeon in Gen 2. Vaporeon still has, I think, the beefiest health stat out of all of them. In fact, I think each one of the 3 evolutions has a special stat in mind. Like, I think Vaporeon's the health one, Jolteon's speed, and I think Flareon might be attack or defense, I'm not sure. I don't really use evolutions often. But now we beat Blue for, I think, the 3rd to last time. Give me a minute to calculate. Maybe. Actually, yeah, it is the 3rd to last time. Huh. No, as much as I hate Gary, his theme is actually pretty good. But I just call him Gary. Anyway, I talked to this guy here to get a Lapras. For the most part of my Pokemon playthroughs, this is the Pokemon I use for Surf. It's Ice Water. It's gonna be pretty good, actually. But, not for this playthrough. I already have my team set up.
Prepare for trouble!
Make it double!
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all peoples within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
Jesse!
James!
Team Rocket, blast off at the speed of light!
Surrender now or prepare to fight!
Meow, that's right!
Thankfully, I think this is the last time we're ever going to hear that, because I think, if I remember correctly at least, I haven't really looked forward in terms of my notes. This is actually the last fight against Jesse and James. I'd have to really look forward, considering we're actually about 3/4 of the way done with the game. They're not that hard, this much harder this time around. Exact same Pokemon. The Meowth hasn't even evolved, and again, that talking Meowth can never evolve. Overall easy. These guys are just a breather fight from what I can tell. In fact, Gen 1 seems to have quite a few breather fights, from what I remember, because I've only beaten... I think Gen 1's the game I've beaten the least, actually. You know, it's the one I know the most. Well, Gen 2 I know more, but that's just because I play that one a bit more often. Then again, Gen 1, like, red, blue, green, yellow, is actually very unbalanced. Certain Pokemon are clearly better than others, psychic types. Whereas Leaf Green, I think, balanced it a bit better. In fact, I will say, as much as I don't like Gen 3, I know I'm probably going to get quite a bit of hate for that. Well, it's not that I hate Fire Red and Leaf Green, I just... Hoenn. Ugh. I will say that it probably has one of the most balanced battle systems in the series. But the thing is, it's also a bit too slow, for my opinion. In fact, I will go to say, I think I've said this before in a Pokemon playthrough, but I've never beaten a Gen 3 game. Not Fire Red, not Leaf Green, nor Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Not even the Colosseum or Gales of Darkness, but that's just because I rented those and I couldn't beat them before I had to return them. I do intend to buy them at some point. Now, I actually have to switch Pikachu out immediately because we're coming up on another fight with old Giovanni here. Now, Giovanni uses a lot more ground types than he did last time, although he still has his Persian for some reason. He starts off with the Nidorino, Poison type. It should be pretty easy to take care of, because Poison types, while they can be pretty good special tanks, are complete and total crap in terms of physical defense. Persian, still worthless. Well, from what I've heard, it's Gen 3 ability, whatever it's called. It's some, like, money toss or something. Apparently it's fairly good for getting money. No, I'm thinking of coin toss. Ability was pickup, wasn't it? Yeah, we haven't played Gen 3 yet, so I'll get to the abilities when I have to get to one of those games. Because I know I'll be doing Emerald. Ugh. But I can tell you that will be for not until a long time from now. As much as I love these games, I'm going to be taking a break and going back to make Mega Man Legends or something. This final Pokemon's a Nidoqueen. Pretty easy. Water type attacks, take it out. And also, the Persian, if you're playing red or blue, I believe that is a Kangaskhan. One of the rarest Pokemon, actually. And Giovanni's down. And that's actually, from what I remember, the end of Team Rocket in the game. We'll never encounter them again. You do in Fire Red, Leaf Green, I know that for a fact, but in terms of Red, Blue, Yellow, never again. And we get the Master Ball. Like in Gen 2, that is the ultimate Pokeball. It has a 1 in 65,000 chance of failing. And even that's very rare, as if you can't tell. I reckon there's a PC you can use here, but I'm just going to immediately use my escape rope so I can actually heal as well. Although one thing I forgot to do apparently in the Saffron Pokemon Center was heal. So now I'm all the way back here. But anyway, what I'd recommend you do is put that Master Ball in your PC box for a good while. In fact, until you after you beat the game, because the only Pokemon that's worth using on is post-game. There's no roaming legendaries, thankfully. If I ever play Gen 3, those were roaming legendaries. Then again, at least Gen 3 enhanced the roaming system, with at least you being able to tell before you even meet them. But they're still so annoying. Anyway, one thing here about Saffron City is that there's two gyms. The real one's the one on the right, so let's check out the one on the left. This is the fighting dojo. You might remember this from Gen 2. They only use fighting types here. In fact, this I think you see every fighting type in the game here. And for beating all the people here, this guy's not a real big fight, so I don't show him. You can choose whichever Pokemon you like here, Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan's defensive-based. Hitmonlee is offense-based, which I'd rather have, because it's better for that. And Hitmonchan's based off Jackie Chan, Hitmonlee off Bruce Lee. There's also Hitmontop, who was introduced in Gen 2. I don't know who he's based off of. I'm guessing with the way that he roundhouses everything, he's Chuck Norris or something. Remember this gym from Gen 2? Exact same strategy for me, really. Just keep on walking to the one adjacent to where you are, on the left or right, and you should get through no problem. It can be the longest way, but it's also the easiest. Oddly enough, they don't use many psychic types here. They mostly use ghost types, actually. At least these ladies do. Like these are the same ladies you meet in Pokemon Tower. Huh. But anyway, I'm gonna have to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And next time on Let's Play Pokemon Yellow, we will take on Sabrina once we get to her. There we are. See you guys next time. I'm dreading this fight. Damn you, psychic types!